Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Sit tight because the NFL landscape in the NFC West might be about to get flipped on its head. Rumors are swirling around a potential blockbuster trade involving one of the league's rising stars, and it's got Seahawks fans buzzing. The name? Chris Olave, the talented wide receiver from the New Orleans Saints. According to some well-sourced whispers from ESPN's Jeremy Fowler and others close to the league, there's a real possibility that Olave could be heading north to join the Seahawks in what could be one of the most impactful trades of this offseason. And honestly, if this deal goes through, it could seriously change the Seahawks' trajectory, injecting speed, explosiveness, and a fresh dynamic into an already potent offense. Now, why all the hype about Chris Olave? Well, for starters, this guy is an absolute deep threat. His ability to stretch the field is second to none among young receivers in the league right now. Olave has shown flashes of being a true game-changer with his route running, hands, and speed. In 2025, he's been a rising star, hauling in 72 receptions for nearly 950 yards and scoring 7 touchdowns. His average of 1 yards per reception and 94. 5 yards per game puts him in elite company, top 8 among wide receivers according to PFF, with a stellar grade of 85.6. His EPA per target sits at 0.24, which indicates he's not just catching passes, he's making impactful plays. And let's not forget his yards after catch, averaging 3.9 yards, showing he can turn short throws into big gains. And if we look at his career so far, Olave's production is impressive. Over 3 seasons, he's amassed over 300 catches for more than 200 yards and 28 touchdowns, all while battling minimal injuries, just 10 games missed. His route running is top-notch, comparable to some of the best in the league like Justin Jefferson. Last year alone, he added over 190 yards through the air versus the Vikings, showcasing his ability to elevate any offense he's part of. Now, why would the Saints consider trading Olave? Well, they're currently sitting at a 4-6 record, with only a 42% success rate on third downs and a defense that's been giving up over 242 points so far. They're clearly in a rebuild mode, and sources indicate they're prioritizing rebuilding their offensive line and freeing up cap space, saving around $13 million by trading Olave. It's a strategic move for the Saints, looking ahead to the future and trying to build a more sustainable team. But for the Seahawks, this could be a golden opportunity. They have about $7 million in cap space and could really use the depth at wide receiver, especially someone who can take the top off defenses. Imagine a duo of DK Metcalf and Chris Olave tearing up defenses in the Pacific Northwest. Their combined yards could push 2-0 yards easily, and their chemistry could elevate the Seahawks' passing game to a whole new level. The numbers are eye-popping. Analysts project a 19% boost in EPA per target and a 24% increase in red zone efficiency with Olave in the mix. Their PFF grades, 86 for Olave and 78 for Metcalf, show that both are high-caliber receivers who can dominate at every level of the field. Adding Olave would also help alleviate some of the pressure on the Seahawks' offense, especially with some of their key players dealing with injuries. The defense, led by Reed on IR, has been banged up, but an explosive passing attack could help them turn things around and make a serious playoff push. From a strategic perspective, this move makes a lot of sense. The Seahawks are currently sitting at 7-2, leading the NFC West and looking like serious contenders. Adding Olave would definitely tilt the scales in their favor, especially as they aim to secure a top seed and avoid the chaos of the wild card race. The odds for this trade are also shifting. Initially, betting lines had Olave's value at plus 800, but with the buzz building, those odds have dropped to around plus 350, indicating that the market sees this as a real possibility. For Seahawks fans, this isn't just about acquiring a talented receiver. It's about taking a step closer to that elusive Super Bowl title. Of course, the Saints are in a different mindset. They're skeptical about trading Olave and are looking to rebuild with a long-term perspective. They see value in holding on to him, especially with his youth and potential. but the current scenario suggests they're willing to listen to offers that make sense for their future. The Seahawks, on the other hand, are in a prime position to capitalize on this opportunity. They're already a formidable team, but adding a player like Olive could be the piece that pushes them over the edge. Think about the impact on their offense. You could see a lot more explosive plays, more dynamic red zone threats, and a defense that benefits from the additional scoring cushion. This potential trade, if it happens, could be a pivotal moment not just for the Seahawks, but for the entire NFC West. The division has been highly competitive, with the 49ers and Rams also in the mix, but the Seahawks' ability to add a game-changing receiver like Olive could separate them from the pack. It's not just about wins and losses. It's about setting a tone for the franchise and building a team that can contend for years to come. And with Geno Smith leading the charge, complemented by a deep and talented receiving core, the Seahawks are positioning themselves for a serious playoff run. Olive, with his speed and hands, would be the perfect complement to DK Metcalf, creating a nightmare for opposing defenses and opening up even more opportunities for the Seahawks' offense to thrive. Looking ahead, fans are already dreaming about the possibilities. Imagine the Seahawks' offense with Olive stretching the field, Metcalf working underneath, and the entire team rallying behind a renewed sense of purpose. The NFC West is about to get a whole lot more interesting, and this potential move could be the catalyst for a Seahawks resurgence, pushing them closer to their ultimate goal of winning another Super Bowl. This is exactly the kind of bold move that could define the season and solidify their status as legitimate contenders. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Olive is the missing piece to take this team to the next level? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing that explosive deep threat on the field in Seahawks colors? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks organization. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seahawks news. We're in a great spot right now, and whatever happens, one thing is for sure. The Seahawks are always ready to make bold moves and chase greatness. Let's keep that passion alive, and as always, go Hawks.